crosstowngreen.com.
So, Homer Hansen, you're 96 years young, you're still a creative force, you're writing poetry, you're writing essays. What's the secret to staying so creative?
I'd say I have a large supply of curiosity.
Hey, what makes you want to get out of bed in the morning?
Well, I just told you one part of it. There's so many things to be inquisitive about that, and then the other thing is this. I don't understand why people get bored, because my mind is such a playground. I start to think about one thing and I mentally connect with something else, and that leads to something else, and just a never-ending place to play with ideas and curiosities and so on. So as I say, I don't understand why people get bored.
The loss of friends and loved ones. How do you deal with that?
Loss of a wife is a big event in your life. On the other hand, a certain amount of time passes and you've still got your life to live, so you can't sit around weeping about the loss of your wife forever. In my case, there was a woman who was a member of this fellowship that I had known simply as another person in the fellowship. But after a period of time, we too began going on hikes and so on, and she became a really good companion for me for 6 years. And then there was another kind of loss. She got Alzheimer's. And I visited her in the nursing home until she died. I still didn't sit around and weep, you know. I suffered the loss. It was a big disappointment and so on. But I didn't go out into bars to look up for women and so on. I think that's a poor place to find a kind of a person you would want to spend more time with. So I just don't do that. I have developed, in my older years, I have developed a kind of a hobby of approaching strangers. And they're not all women either. I was in McDonald's, and a woman came in with what appeared to me to be 2 7-year-old daughters. We sat down and started to eat. I got my scissors out, and I have I have them with me. Looks like I may not. I usually carry a small pair of scissors and paper, colored paper. Anyway, I got the scissors out, cut birds for the girls, paper birds. And they're paper birds that when you move the paper a certain way, it looks like they're flying. And then they had finished eating. I went over to another table where there were blocks for children to play at. I was curious what they're going to make. So I moved my chair closer. One of the girls turned to me and said, "You can play too if you want to." So I said, "I wonder if we could make a bridge." And she said, "Yes, a bridge." So we made a bridge. Then the mother came over and said it was time to go. The girl that had invited me to play said, "Thank you for playing with us." Very polite kids. And then she gave me a hug. And then after that, she turned to her sister and he said, "Give him a hug." And her sister came over and gave me a hug. And all kinds of nice things happened to me. That's just an example. We talk about golden years and so on. Well, it may not be monetarily golden, but it's pretty darn good anyway.
Homer Hansen, many more golden years to you.
Well, my mother lived to 99, so I may have a few more miles.